Welcome everyone. My name is Chris Schwed. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I am excited for you. Because if you have been looking for a way to get back in charge of your freedom, your finances, as well as your happiness, then you're going to want to hear everything that we're going to talk about tonight because some amazing things are happening. And I need a favor from anyone that has an amazing story of what the product has done for you. Because I am the last minute host, I did not have testimonials set up, so I'm going to need some amazing people to share their stories and what has them excited about the product. But as we get started, guys, a friend of mine called me about this coffee and started telling me about all the things that it was doing for him, as well as his bride, Judy Wilson, who you guys got to meet a few minutes ago. And what I can share with you is it sounded almost too good to be true. Like coffee is doing what? Are you serious? So if you're the skeptical type, I can totally appreciate that because I felt the exact same way. But what I found out as soon as I tried this is everything that he shared and then some is what I was experiencing. Guys, I just went from, at the time that I tried the coffee, I'd literally just had surgery on my knee after battling a staph infection in my bone for over 2 years that not only crippled my health, but basically my finances as well. So to say that I was in a disempowered state is an understatement. We were literally, for the first time in my life, a month behind on my mortgage. I was more than that, but I was catching up on it and all that. I went from making a six-figure income to about $2,500 a month. I went basically 40 grand in credit card debt. We had a HELOC, a home equity line of credit that came and matured that we had to come up with 40 grand, which, I mean, we couldn't pay our first mortgage. How in the hell are we going to come up with 40 grand to pay that? And we were just like really at the lowest point. I went from doing mixed martial arts every day, riding racehorses every day, and going out on the boat with the family probably 3 to 5 times a week, doing wakeboarding and wake surfing and all that, to being bedridden, to losing my boat. That was my dream boat. That was literally on my dream board in 2012, and I ended up with the exact boat that I put a video. I'll have this boat one day, and I ended up with the actual boat that was in the video, which was so cool, and I lost it. So I was really at the lowest point of my life. And when I drank this stuff, I literally just forgot about everything. All the things that I was worried about, all the things I was stressed about. It was almost just this euphoric sense of well-being. It's really hard to explain, but I just had a smile on my face, and it made me feel better. And guys, what I found out is that when you drink this stuff, which is called Elevate, it elevates your mood through naturally releasing the happy chemicals in your brain. And that's why instead of calling it Elevate, most of us call it happy coffee, right? We call it happy coffee because it literally makes you happy. And I know we have some people, those few people that are, you know, they're weird and they don't drink coffee. They're like, I don't drink coffee, but what if there was a coffee that made you happy? A lot of people could mix it in a shake or do something to drink it to get some happiness involved in their life. Well, for you people, we also have a product called Chocolate. And the Chocolate, I lifted up the same tongue because I didn't have the Chocolate, but y'all didn't know that. But we also have Chocolate, and what the Chocolate does is all the same things that the happy coffee does. It's happy hot chocolate, right? And it's the only thing it doesn't have is the caffeine. So, guys, we have something for everyone. Then we also have this happy pill, and it's called Xanthamax, but I couldn't pronounce that when I got started. And, you know, Xanthro, whatever. It doesn't even have an R, and I was saying Xanthro, like Jethro, whatever. But Xanthamax is called the happy pill, is what we call it. So you don't have to be able to pronounce it. All you need to know, and guys, I didn't know what these chemicals were. I just knew happy chemicals. So you don't have to know what I'm about to share with you. if you're looking at this from a business side. Because I know a lot of people, they get on the product and they're like, wow, this product is amazing. I just want to go out there and tell everybody about it. And then the person that that shared it with you told you, hey, I don't know if you're allergic to extra money or not, but I love referrals and it's great that you're referring people to me. But hey, what if you could get paid for doing what you're already going to do for free? So if you're one of those people and are on the call for that, you don't have to understand what dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins are. All you need to know is happy chemicals in the love hormone by taking these two things. That's all you need to know. So guys, I used to be a horseshoer. So I'm not the brightest or the sharpest tool in the shed and all that stuff. I'm not a scientist, and I'm not going to try to act like one because I started with a company that has some incredible science behind it. So I'm sharing that with you because you don't need to either. Because this is what happens. When people take this product, they feel absolutely amazing, and most people are going to want to go out and share it with other people. With that being said, I'm going to invite some amazing people on the call to share what has happened for them and what has them excited. We're going to start off with Natalie, and I don't know who the next person is. So Natalie, can you share what has happened for you since you've been on this product?
Well, first of all, I wasn't in a good place in my life. My marriage wasn't going too well because my husband's been sick for 14 years. I started full menopause at the end of June. I was in complete depression. My anxiety was right through the roof. I had gone and I gained so much weight. I was 190 pounds. Anyway, I had never drank coffee. And October 5th, somebody put a cup of coffee in my hand, or I was just told I won some coffee from this company. And I said, I don't even drink coffee. And I said, and then they told me what it was about. So, and 15 minutes into the coffee, and it tasted darn good. That's all I got to say. I looked over at my husband and I said, what is going on? I said, I feel like a light came on in my brain. My whole depression was gone. My anxiety was gone. And I had a smile on my face that I haven't had in so long. And I looked at my husband. I said, do I look different? And then he goes, you know what, babe? He says, you do. You have a smile on your face and you're glowing. And that day, I just cleaned my house from top to bottom. I went out and I did groceries. I did laundry. And it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I looked over at my husband that night and I said, I haven't eaten all day. And it just dawned on me. And by that time, I would have eaten maybe 5, 6 times, 7 times. I was a closet eater. I was always eating. And I remember eating, but I think I had maybe 4 or 5 bites and I was full. And I slept that night, and it was the first time I didn't have no night sweats. And my menopause had completely was gone. And it's been since October 5th, and I'm down 50 pounds. It's changed my life.
That's incredible.
And I retired from my job on Monday to do this full time.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing. So guys, what you heard is not only does it help with depression and all that, you can also call, instead of happy coffee, cleaning coffee. Because a lot of people, when they take this stuff, they have all this energy and they start cleaning the house and all that. See, if I would have known that, I would have gave it to my wife a long time ago. No, I'm joking. But guys, this stuff really is amazing, and the energy that it gives you just is mind-blowing. So next we're going to have Mike share. Mike, are you out there, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, what's up, all you happy people?
So what has you excited about the coffee, Mike?
I'm pretty excited. Very nice to meet you. I see your face on here every once in a while when I get the chance to tune in. And I really appreciate everything that you say. It's great. It's inspiring, actually. Even when you're not prompted to host, you still do a pretty good setup for all of us, so thank you. You know, I got involved with this product about 10 days ago. Say maybe 11 days ago. And I was just met by my friend Shane, who just invited me out for a coffee, which was kind of cool because we hadn't talked in a long time. And I sat down with him, and he poured this stuff in my coffee, and I was like, I trust you, brother. Let's try it. And when I tried it, I was hooked from the very minute I first tasted it. I signed up that day. I was so convinced that this product was going to change my life and people that I know. I've got kind of a crazy background like some of you. I mean, anxiety has been the bane of my existence for, a good 15 years of my life. I was an ex-convict who did 10 years in prison. I sat in jail, and I really believe after that 10 years of all the drama and trauma I went through in there, I got out with a mild case of maybe PTSD. I had all the symptoms of just stress. I couldn't handle stress. I couldn't handle being around people. It was a horrible, horrible thing to get out to. And I was trying to get back into the world and, trying to make friends and trying to, get a job and try to fit in. And the one thing that happened to me is I went to see a doctor, and of course, just like all of us, they prescribed me medication, for my anxiety. And I thought that was just how it was. You just take medication and everything gets better, and you just go on with your life, right? And it wasn't the case, man. I was on medication for about 6 years, and I really, the anxiety just got worse and worse, and then I finally just stopped. I did something the doctors tell you never to do, just stop. And I just stopped. And I realized what it was doing to me, all those years of medication. I was now dependent on this medication just to be normal. And I couldn't handle it. I went off of it, and I went through a hell of a time for about 4 or 5 weeks of not knowing who I was and where I was. And I was feeling up. I was feeling down. I was feeling up at the wrong time and down at the wrong times. Like, it was horrible, horrible. And I got to this point where I was honestly, I thought I was never going to become anything. I wasn't going to accomplish anything with my life. And then I started coming back, and then I met Shane, oddly enough, inviting me out for a cup of coffee. And I'm going to credit Shane for me quitting my jobs that I have and focusing on just going forward with just one operation. We're with the coffee, the happy coffee, and the rest of my business, right? So, it's really changed my life to the point where I'm super motivated to go out and make these big changes and take these big steps that I really want to take in my life. I mean, I know people say little steps at a time, but I really feel with this that you can make even bigger steps if you are able to work out a plan to go with your goal. You can make huge steps with this. So I'm really excited to be on it. I got a friend on here that's listening, and he's going to be hopefully part of this. And, together we're going to go out and hopefully inspire people to do some good things. So I really appreciate letting me talk, guys.
Awesome, Mike. I appreciate it. Let me see if I can get Shane McCardle on. Shane, are you out there, brother?
Always, my man. How you doing?
What has you excited about this happy coffee stuff besides
Well, you know what? The incredible thing here, we've been out here for 16 months roughly. And the incredible thing is it never gets old helping new people. It's unbelievable. I sit here and I'm just blown away, and I'm taken back by, I met Mike for a cup of coffee, and, he said, I could tell, I didn't want to tell you, Shane, but I could tell you right as soon as I was drinking that something was happening. And I didn't want to tell you that. I wanted to just not tell you that. But the differences in Mike, it's crazy. And he sort of left this part out, but he says, I can handle people now. I'm out and I'm talking to people. And although he does that for a living, he's a entertainer, but he's like, yeah, I can actually handle talking to people. So it doesn't get old helping people. It's the right thing to do. When we hear that people are suffering, which so many people are, and we have such an amazing product to be able to help people feel better, why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you share it? So, my story, my personal story, that's what's got me excited today is listening to Mike. And then Mike's got his friend on here, and it's just a wonderful world, right? And everybody else is on here. We're all incredible people on the same path. And if you're not here on this path, you're welcome to an amazing family of support. And we do things differently here. It's incredible. You know, people from Crossline help each other, and just one big team and family, and we just all vibrate at the same level. This product basically fell in my lap, well, about 15 months ago. Fell in my lap, and I was in a depressed. My story is I was in a very depressed moment of life, a large breakup. A breakup of a 7-year relationship that put me down into the dumps. And I was thinking that maybe this isn't right for me, this world. I was thinking about that. I was thinking, you know, I'm a bad role model for my daughter. You know, what did I do? And I was thinking some not so good thoughts. I was thinking about checking out. This game isn't for me. And, you know, you kind of get the gist. The product finally arrived, and I was dealing with that for about a month. And the product finally arrived, and I don't like the taste of coffee. I put it in my tea, and I started drinking it. I was driving down the highway, and Mike knows the highway number 1 very well. I got from Port Moody, British Columbia to Boundary, and I turned to the left, saw a hotel that's there, and I said, who would ever stay in that hotel? And I was thinking boohoo thoughts all the way down the highway, like those thoughts I told you about. And then when I turned my head to the front of the windshield, I was thinking about my family cabin that I want to buy back in my family, my dreams, my unborn grandkids. My daughter was only 15 at the time. I was thinking about my grandkids and me sitting up in the balcony watching them water skiing with my boat, and that I don't have, and that I'm going to buy. And I was thinking about all of these dreams that I had, and I said to myself, "What just happened?" I didn't know what happened, and from that moment in time, that one brief looking out my windshield, I realized that something changed in my head. And from that point forward, I realized that I need to get this product into as many people as possible, because if I was feeling as bad as I felt, and I knew that other people were suffering, it was my duty. It was my duty, and I became obsessed by helping people. And, you know, there's no better payment than helping somebody like Mike and everybody else on here. We've been helped. Why wouldn't we help other people? And it's such an incredible currency that we have the ability to do and to share. And it's just consuming. It feels so wonderful. And there's no question that this product has changed my life. The people in here, like yourself, Chris, and all of the family here, there's hundreds of people that I meet. They're all incredible people. And it's not just the product. The product is an amazing product, but it's the people and the family and the community of loving, like-minded, caring people that is the power. You know, people follow that. That's the incredible part here, is we've got such a beautiful community that it's not addictive, but it's compulsive. It's just nice to be around amazing people. And when you're in a room of 1,000 people that are all with the same vibration and heartbeat, you know, in a convention or things like that, it's incredible. The family is wonderful. And if without my family, I wouldn't be in the spot that I'm at. My life has completely changed. I had the freedom to be able to retire, but not just retire, but, you know, I just loved on people, poured into people without wanting anything in return. And I did it over and over and over again, and my life changed. I retired at the 13-month mark. I could have retired at basically the 5-month mark easily, but I didn't. I was chicken. I didn't retire. I was able to retire. I was able to retire with much more of an income and more freedom than I ever would have had or believed that but it was people like you, Chris, that poured into me, that made me believe that it was possible in me. People like Ricky Durant and yourself and Judy Willitson that pour into you. We pour into you. So if you don't have the belief system, borrow ours. We'll love on you like no other, and we'll get you to where we got to, and hopefully we get you there further, faster than we ever got there, is what our goals and dreams are. That's the community that you're talking about here right now. That's what you have. That's what you're faced here right now. The seat that you're in right now and the opportunity is incredible. It's changed my life profoundly. I can't even describe it. Anyway, that's my story, Chris, in a nutshell.
Thank you, Shane. Can we get another story? Do we have any other young ladies that would like to share and kind of, we had 2 guys, and you need at least have 2 girls. So
I have one.
Go ahead.
Carley Milligan. I'm new to the product.
Perfect.
Shelby Johnston introduced it to me. A little bit about myself. Been struggling with my weight for most of my grown-up life, 35, so probably about 25 years. I tried everything, Weight Watchers, tried doing it on my own, cutting carbs out, lowering my carbs, taking sugar out. Nothing helped, nothing worked. And then my boss said, I have somebody for you. I have somebody who can help you lose your weight. So Shelby Johnston has helped me, and I've only been on this product for a week, and I'm down 4 pounds just by this coffee. And I love this coffee. I'm taking the Nitro coffee, taking the pill, and I wake up happy every single day. Before, I didn't want to get out of bed. I actually tried committing suicide a few times over my weight. So this is a very happy journey for me. And so I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited where this might, what it's doing for me. I don't fight with my husband as often as much anymore. I'm getting the sleep I need for sure. So I'm grateful. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being open and honest and sharing with us, guys. What you're hearing is so many different things that this product helps with. She also mentioned the Nitro, which not only does it have all the happy stuff, but it has nitric oxide. For those of you that are workout people and just know that it does all kinds of cool stuff from a science perspective. Very, very incredible. I'm not going to go into science because that's weird. And if I did that, then you would get on the phone and start trying to explain that stuff to people too. And then your friends are going to look at you like you're a weirdo. And then they're going to be like, that doesn't work. Guys, all you need to do is share stories. Thank you so much again, Carley. So guys, synopsis. Just imagine if there was something that could elevate your mood, give you more energy, help burn fat, help curb your appetite, give you that sense of well-being, help with anxiety and depression. I'm not saying heal anything, but assist with all of these different things. See, the body is an amazing thing. And when you put the right thing into it, it starts to operate on a whole nother level. Just like your car, if you have water in the gas or you have dirty fuel, the car is going to run bad. Well, we've been running bad for a long time. And because of all the stuff that's in our food and the toxins in our bodies and all this other kind of stuff. And guys, we have products that help with all of these things. People that are dealing with not only, pains and inflammation and all that. I mean, this helps with that. And so does this, which is a hemp product, which is called Hemp Levate. You've heard about CBDs and all the things that does. Well, guys, this is a water soluble, which means you absorb it all. Where all those other products out in the market, your body only takes about 7 to 20% in. This, you're getting over 90%. It's almost 99% bioavailable, where your body's bringing it all in. So pretty much almost 100% bioavailable, this product right here. So guys, we have some amazing products. You also heard people talk about the culture. People are lacking love and connection. People are lacking feeling important. People are lacking feeling like they're contributing to a bigger picture. Guys, what you've heard tonight is something that you can plug into, a group of people that are all uplifting, a place that you can grow to become the best version of yourself, a place where you can contribute to the bigger cause of helping mankind for that being. Think of all the people you know out there that are struggling with different things, but not letting people know. You know, most people that end up committing suicide or things like that never tell anybody that they are thinking about that stuff. You know, Carley's sharing now that, you know, she had tried that, but I doubt she was going out there talking to people about it beforehand. And that's just a reality out there. So if you want to be in an environment where you can help uplift people, where you can actually make a difference in people's lives and get paid to do it, well, welcome. Because what has happened for us in our family has been mind-blowing. I shared where we were financially because we followed a very simple system. And guys, some of you all are going right now, like, you know, this all sounds great, but I'm not good at sales. Fantastic. You don't have to be good at sales. Can you share what a product did for you? if you could basically hand somebody a cup of coffee or a sample or give somebody a pill and basically share your story on what it did and literally ask 2 questions. Are y'all ready? This is the whole training on what you need to do to go out and create success in our company. 1, hey, do you know anybody who likes to be happy? Everyone wants to be happy. So that question, everyone's going to say, well, everybody wants to be happy. Well, have you heard of the happy coffee that everyone's been talking about? And they're going to say no, because most people have no idea that this coffee even exists. Because if they knew about it, they would be drinking it. So with that being said, if you can ask those 2 questions, most people, when you say, have you heard of the happy coffee? They're going to say no. What is that? So you don't have to worry about being good at sales. All you have to do is say, hey, a friend of mine shared this with me, and this is what it did for me. It absolutely blew me away how great I feel. By the way, there's a website that explains it way quicker than I can. If I send you a link, when do you think you could take a whole 15 minutes to take a look at two videos? And then you can send them to ahappydose.com. So all you have to do is send them to that website and then follow up with them in 15 minutes and basically say, can you see why I'm so excited? And then if they start asking questions and want to know details, facts, science, you name it, all you have to do is say, you know what? I don't know about all that. All I know is when I drink it, this is what I feel. Hey, there's a Zoom on Tuesday night, on Thursday night, on Sunday night, where you can get all your questions answered. Jump on that and you can get your questions answered, or boom, you put them on the phone with somebody else. Guys, if you could do that, and well, I don't know how to work 3-way on my phone. Great. If you are on Facebook Messenger, link them up to the other person in a group chat and say, you can even press record. You don't know how to type. You can still have success with this. Say, Mary, hey, meet Mark. Mark basically had some questions about the product. Do you mind sharing with you or with her basically, how it all works? Boom. They get to hear that and they can start chatting on Facebook, and you don't have to know anything. All you need to know is what the product did for you. So guys, if this sounds like something you can get fired up about, we get paid a very substantial money to be able to do that. Well, how does that work? See, most people, when they get on this product, they start sharing it with people. And they have a choice. They can either share it with people and they can get paid, or they can share it with people, refer them to somebody else, and that person can get paid. I think most people would say, hey, I would rather get paid. If I'm going to share it, I might as well get paid for it. If that's you, tell yourself, hey, that's me. So basically, the way that it works, when you go out there and you have somebody get on the product, whether it be this, whether it be this, whether it be both, or any of the other cool products that we have, you're going to get paid a commission. It's going to range anywhere from 10 to, let's call it 30%. And what's going to happen as you start to get more customers, you can, if they're buying retail, it's the higher rate. If they're buying it on an auto ship, it's less expensive. And if they decide they want to become a promoter, they save even more money. So that's why I said you're going to get paid between this and that. Well, that's really cool. But this is the cooler part about that. When they reorder the next month, guess what? You get paid again. And when they order the next month, you get paid again and again and again and again. See, on the job, a lot of times we're trading our time for money, right? You spend time, you get paid money. You don't spend time, you don't get paid money, right? Well, with this, when you share this with somebody and they basically sign up for an auto ship, you're going to get paid the first time, and then you're going to get paid what we call a circular income, which means you do something one time and you get paid over and over and over again every month that they order this. You're going to get paid again and again and again. That's called residual income. So one of my mentors told me years ago, he said, Chris, the secret to becoming successful is wealthy people don't work for money. Wealthy people work to create assets that throw off money, where they get paid while they sleep, or they get paid for doing something one time and get paid over and over and over. He said the problem is when you're self-employed, where you're the one doing all the work and you don't have a good or service that they're continually paying for, or if you're going in and clicking the time clock at a job, You are the asset for that company. And the problem with that is if your asset's not at work, you're not getting paid. Well, with this, you can basically create, every time somebody signs up as a customer and they order over and over and over, that becomes an asset for you that's going to pay you month after month after month. I know a lot of people are getting excited about that, especially when you realize that you don't have to know a whole lot. Hey, you know anybody likes to be happy? You heard the happy coffee everyone's talking about? Boom. If you can say those two things, you could be a huge success. You don't have to be able to answer any questions, but it gets better. Because what happens is when people start referring other people, just like you said, hey, I'm not allergic to extra money. I'm going to basically share this with people. I'm going to get paid instead of referring them to somebody else. Well, guess what? Many people are thinking just like you. And when they become a promoter and they become an affiliate with our company, when they go out and share it with people, you're going to make an override on that. Just like a real estate broker does in real estate, just like an insurance broker does. Most of you are probably buying your insurance from an agent that works under a broker. So not only does the agent get paid, but so does the broker. This allows you to have the same leverage that the broker does with all the overhead. Guys, for under $100, you can become an affiliate with this company and take control of your freedom and your finances. So guys, there's only a couple types of people that get on these calls. First type of person says, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. You're telling me if I drink this stuff and take that pill, it's going to help me become happier. Worst case scenario, you stay the same. Worst case scenario, you basically stay the unhappy person that you are. And that's the worst thing that can happen because there's a money back guarantee. So if you just want to try the product and basically see what it does for you, because I don't know what it's going to do for you. It does something for everyone, but everyone is different. So if you want to try the product, you're number one. If you're the type of person that says, you know what, I want to try the product and also, you know, I wouldn't mind getting some free product. Well, guess what? If you want to try the product, give the person and invite you and start referring them people. I can almost promise you, you start referring a bunch of customers, they'll give you a tub of coffee for that, right? If they won't, I will. I'm joking. But with that being said, guys, you're number two. If you just want to basically go out there and maybe get some free product. And then third type person is like, man, will you just shut up and tell me how to get started in this thing? Like, I'm ready to get rolling. Like, I'm going to be telling people about this. I tried it. I feel amazing. I'm already down 4 pounds. I'm already feeling this happening and that happening. I'm going to go out there and share this with the world. I'm ready to get started. You're number three. Give it the person, invite you on this call tonight, and let them know. I'm a one, I want to get on the product. Two, I don't mind some free product. And number three, I want to get rolling with this business. Give it the person, invite you on the call, tell them you're a 1, 2, or 3, and get started. Everyone, I hope you got value out of this call tonight. Remember, on Sunday night, they're going to have a call just like this. For all you new people that are getting started and you're like, well, what do I do? Have you heard of the happy coffee everyone's talking about? You know anybody likes to be happy? They ask questions. Awesome. Sunday night, they're having a Zoom. It's going to explain everything. Boom. Done. That's all you need to be able to do. With that being said, guys, if you're fired up about that, give it the person that invited you on this call and let them know you're a 1, 2, or 3. Thank you and good night. Everybody have an awesome night. I will unmute the call. You can say goodbye. Give it the person invite you on the call tonight. Take care, guys.
Bye. Good night,
everybody.
Good night,
guys. Great Zoom.
Thank you. Bye-bye.